Hey YouTube, Nick here from X5 Overland. We noticed that we haven't done a vehicle walk around in about a year and a half. We've made a lot of upgrades to the car, so we're going to run through them with you guys. But first, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before February 20th. Not to put a deadline on or anything. But if you like what you see, feel free to help support us and subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, we upgraded our roof rack. From our first vehicle walk around, we noticed that it doesn't really help us to have a roof rack that is only one purpose, which is holding the rooftop tent. So we built this one. It's 2 layers. I actually did a separate video when we made it. It's been up here for about a year now, actually, and it hasn't rusted or anything. I built this out of 1.25" EMT conduit and 1-inch EMT conduit, and it's been great. It's been great so far. We mounted it into the factory roof rail system mounting location, so it's in there good. It's not just mounted to the sheet metal or anything. And then, of course, we got a newer light bar. The curved light bar was really cheap. Probably, it just didn't fulfill our needs. This one shoots a very straight beam, it goes very far, and it's very bright. Under that, we have limb risers. Limb risers help us quite a bit, keep the branches off of our windscreen. We've got a few cracks in there, so we decided let's just go ahead and install these. They terminate right here in the center of the hood. We realized that it would probably be a little bit more beneficial if they terminated over here, because it would catch these branches over here, but this looks better for us. And they work. Here we put some rhino liner on the hood. Number 1 for aesthetics, because I like the way it looks. And number 2, it keeps the glare from the sun when the sun comes up. It keeps the glare from going right into your eyes, from bouncing off the hood, and it also helps to not splash a bunch of light from the light bar onto the hood, blinding you then, because then the light bar wouldn't be doing any good. All right, so here we are at the back. On the roof rack, we have just this small little light bar. We don't really do too much reversing on mountains, but when we do, this seriously helps, because these factory reverse lights, they don't do anything. So that helps a lot. We also have mounted our solar panel up there. We just put a regular 110 extension cord end on it to run it into the battery, but we don't really use that anymore because we've installed a dual battery setup. So that's probably going to go away, and that solar panel will probably only be used to charge our tent battery. When we're camping in the rooftop tent, we'll have a battery in the tent with us to power, like our phones and a little bit of lights and some fans for the heater and stuff. So that's what that'll be used for. Also, we have our CB antenna mounted up there. We lost the cap on the drive-through, so watch out for those. Maybe tape them down. I didn't. It also broke once. It came out of its socket, probably from a drive-through again. But so far it served us well, and we mainly just listen to truckers to get traffic updates and things like that. All right, down here on the tire side, we're still using the Nitto Terra grapplers, the ones that we first bought maybe 2 years ago. There's still plenty of life in them, and they've actually served us great. We've had no problems with them at all, no flats, no nothing, and we've been getting out there. They're 285/60 R18s on the factory wheels. Also, we have the 2-inch lift installed. The reason there's not a whole lot of space between the tire and the wheel arch is because the tires are bigger. We get this question all the time. It looks like it fills out the tire well, the same as my factory tire and factory lift and all that stuff. The reason it looks the same is because the tire is bigger and my springs are starting to sag. We can't find replacement springs anywhere on the internet, at least for the factory settings, let alone a little bit stronger to help support all of our weight when we're out there. And we also have 25mm wheel spacers on just to kick them out a little bit. It really helps on the front tires when you're turning. It used to bottom out on the frame when you're at full turn, and now it doesn't. So yeah, hopefully this gets a little bit taller when we install new springs or just upgrade the suspension in general, but we haven't done that yet. Okay, so just a quick look on the inside. This is kind of just going to be our blank slate. We had our drawer systems in here at one point. They didn't really work out for us. They added a lot of weight, and they were too big, leaving us to store more food, which was not good. A lot of weight. We had a lot of canned foods. Sorry it's so messy, but we had our fire extinguisher mounted there. We also have our bear spray. We mounted our fishing poles. I think these are just going to be temporary. They don't really work out for us. They fall out all the time. Okay, so this is just our little power station. We have two 110 outlets, two USB outlets. Here's the battery voltage and everything we need to know about our house battery, which charges via a solenoid. When the car is started, it charges off the alternator. This top panel is the input from the solar panel into the charge controller, which plugs into this and charges all that. But again, that's all going away, and we'll have a separate video about all of our power needs and everything that we use to power everything. So back here in the back, Cassandra's actually going to come up with some kind of creative solution where we can house our fridge, which we don't have yet. We have one of those weird coolers that plug in and take a lot of power and don't really cool anything, but it works for us now because it's cold. We're going to have a few drawers, one for our table, one full of like canned goods, one for emergency, stuff like that. So Cassandra's actually designing all that, and then we're going to build it up. Coming from the passenger seat now, we have our CB there on the left, our radio, and then our little ham radio that we use with an upgraded antenna. We will use that only in emergencies because I'm not licensed yet, but I do like to listen to people talk. It's pretty fun. Up there, those two little magnets, those are to hold the tablet, which actually is our navigation. We don't have it with us right now because we're in the midst of a pretty big upgrade, and we'll let you guys in on that in a few here, maybe a few videos. But yeah, we're very excited, and this works for us awesomely. So yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you liked what you saw. Please stay tuned. Please help support us by subscribing, and see you in the next one.